5 o'clock and you're off the clock with Beast Guy. Now, today we have as our guest Kyle Edenfield with Black and Gold Canine. All right, he's really passionate about canines, very experienced. He's going to walk us through what they do, what he trains them for, and we're just going to talk about dogs, man. He knows a lot. He's a great guy. I'm excited to learn about, the canine forces and what he does when he's out looking for, contraband, whatever, people, manhunting. So if you're into that kind of thing, you need to listen up. So before we get into it, though, leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications.
That was Super Bowl 53. I was security over there at the hotel K9. My job every morning was to search Tom Brady's car, him and his wife's car.
Really?
Brand new Maseratis, brand new.
So you're searching it for like any kind of just...
Anything.
Really?
Yeah, anything. Explosives, narcotics, anything.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. Some of the stuff is crazy. Some of the concerts.
And who like hired you to do that?
This was private contractors.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, private. Yeah, that's big in the K9 field now.
So kind of give me, walk me into like how you got started in that and like what you specialize in.
Okay, back in 1998, I was stuck on a railroad track for 8 hours. An inmate had escaped.
Yeah.
I stayed out there for 8 hours, and I said to myself, I'm going to get on the chase team. And it took me 3 times, and I made it. And 3 months after getting on it, I was dog handler.
Really?
Yep. And then they moved me up from bloodhound to a lab, searching narcotics. So basically, I was on call 24/7.
I got you. So they would call you up and say, hey, you need to bring your dog, and we need to search, blah, blah, blah. And that's what you would do?
Yep.
Man. So you got into training dogs now?
Yeah, I do in-house dog training. Plus, I travel. If I have to, I travel to go do dog training. I do off-leash obedience. I do door manners, people coming in, greeting the dog so the dog don't jump on people, recall, distractions, even introducing a baby to the family, getting the dog used to it.
A lot of people, when you have a new baby, first thing you think about is like, oh, my dog's good with it.
Yeah, all you got to do is go to Walmart, buy a baby doll, start working with it, and let the dog get used to it, and let the dog start smelling stuff as they're bringing it into the baby's room. Everything's perfect.
So do you think issues that dogs may have in the household, do you think those are dog-related, or do you think it's maybe a little bit of both the people and the dog, or do you think it's just, I have a hard time believing that dogs acting up, misbehaving is just that dog's fault.
It's the people.
You think so?
It's people.
Well, what kind of things do you see?
Letting them jump on people. Oh, he's just greeting you. He's just playing with you. No, I'll come in a house with good clothes on. I don't want a dog jumping on me.
Right.
Like if you're eating at the table, the dog sitting there staring at you like he's begging. It's just people letting him get away with anything.
And then one thing leads to another.
Yeah,
it's
like a little kid, just like a little kid. You tell the kid, don't grab that cookie jar, and he's steady grabbing.
Yeah, well, that makes sense, though. I mean, you have to, it's just like people.
Oh, yeah.
You give them an inch, they're going to take a mile.
Exactly.
And a dog, it's going to want more and more and more and more. And just having discipline, with your dog is definitely a good thing, especially when it comes to people coming over.
Yes.
Like a lot of incidents where people get bit, what do you think that's from? Just
that dog might smell something on you that he don't like. It might be you being around another dog, or you being around a cat, something like that. But don't never get eye level. If you get eye level with a dog, they consider that a threat, and that's how a lot of people get bit.
Really?
Yeah, they go down to meet the dog. My dog, I had him trained. He would sit by me, and when everybody come in, the guys would go up there and he would shake their hand. I say shake, and they would shake their hand.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, because I see all the time. I see all the time people, the people look at pit bulls and, dogs like that as being dangerous. But I feel like most of that's just because, how they're trained.
Exactly.
It's almost like if you have a dog like that with no training, no discipline, it's like a loaded gun.
Oh, exactly.
With no safety.
Anytime. Yep. That's why I've noticed a lot of police departments are starting to go to pit bulls.
Really?
Yes. For narcotics. Yes. Yep. That's like with the bloodhounds. I'm trying to find a way. I did it crossing a blacktop road when our hounds would hit the road, they would lose track, and I would fan my trackers out to where they could pick it back up.
Oh.
So what I did, I would grab a handful of grass and I would rub it together in my hands to get my scent on there, and I'd sprinkle it across the road. That way he would just pick up and keep going straight across the road, and I'd be right across the road behind a tree to where he said, okay, there he is. And Chris Oak, a burn a bloodhound's nose so bad to where they won't even put their nose on the ground.
Really?
Yes, I tracked a guy for 5 miles on the railroad track, and my dog, she couldn't even put her nose down. It burned it so bad.
Really?
Yep.
That's crazy.
So the Kuhan Luke story don't work with the pepper. It don't work.
So whenever you're tracking a guy, I imagine it gets pretty hairy when you finally get to him.
Oh yes, it does.
So do your dogs, are they trained to like bay them up, or are they just find them and chill out? What do they do?
No, we bay them up.
Really?
Yeah, because it's usually a handler and a 4-man tracking team that's with you, and plus a sheriff's deputy.
I got you.
Yeah.
Are your tracking dogs, are they on leash, or are they just?
No, they on 20-foot leash.
I got you.
Yeah.
So y'all are right there on them.
Oh yeah, we own them. Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
Last one I did, I was 30 yards into the trail and already found a 45 on the ground. 30 minutes later, I ran both of them out on two guys that was waiting on the road, waiting to see which direction I was going. They ran right up on them. So the whole chase lasted maybe an hour.
Yeah, I imagine it'd be pretty hard to get away from a dog.
Yeah,
tracking
it
you.
is.
It's moving faster, smells way better.
Oh yeah.
And like every decision you're making, he ain't making a decision. He's just staying on the line.
That's right. You got to watch every movement that dog makes. You got to stay like one step ahead of him. If you don't, he's got control. He's gonna go wherever he wants to go.
I imagine.
Yep.
So even like tracking some deer with some buddies that had dogs and stuff, it's like they'll get you. That dog's gonna go with that deer when it's not always comfortable walking.
Yep.
It's like you might get drug up through the thicket, but that dog's on the deer.
Yep.
So do you do any tracking animals, deer, game, anything like that?
I'm gonna start doing that tomorrow, as a matter of fact.
Really?
Yeah, we're gonna start doing that. I'm getting back into man tracking, search and rescue, and wild game tracking. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
You pretty much got all bases covered. I mean, what else dog related could you track?
If
not doing narcotics, stuff like that.
Narcotics, that's very, very, very easy. Very easy. But as far as like man tracking, as long as people does not go in there and contaminate the area,
yeah,
that's what happened to me. Nobody went in. Just me and my crew. We caught them.
Yeah.
But if you get somebody coming in there, it's got the dogs all messed up. He's got 20 different scents he's got to go through.
And that makes sense. I've actually heard that before on the deer tracking side. Don't go if the blood trail ain't good. You're probably gonna get a dog. Or just back out.
Yep.
No reason to contaminating it.
That was my saying. When in doubt, back out.
That's right, dude.
Yep. Just wait, get it all together, then start back.
Helps
over.
your chances.
Yes, it does.
Let the dog do what he's supposed to do.
That's right. And if you want to work him off leash and you can run with him, let him go.
Absolutely. So you surely have some kind of special connection with dogs. Have you always had dogs growing up? You always been attached to dogs?
Yes.
Working with them?
Yes. I get real attached to my dog.
That start young for you?
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. I had a blue heeler. I was like 10 years old. Loved that dog to death.
There's something about it,
No, it's just you can feel the bond. You can feel it. That's just like with a working canine.
Right.
You can feel it. It's like it just flows. It flows through what it does.
It's like an extension.
Exactly. You're an extension.
Right.
You're a team. It's a dance. Everything you do, it's a dance.
I know people we duck hunt, and their only thing they want to do is the duck dog.
That's it.
I mean, that's why they're there. They don't care about shooting a duck. They don't care about driving the boat in. Nothing.
It's all about that dog.
They're just working that dog.
That's it. That's me. I love training. I'll set up a training problem, going to the main training problem, just to see if my teams are on top of their job. And you'd be surprised how many would walk by and their dog would go to alert to let them know it's there. They would just they would jerk the dog away.
Really? Not trust a dog. I imagine that's something you have to consider too when you're doing all that. Is like you're young training a dog. It's still early on. You think, there's no way, but the dog, might be right.
Oh yeah, you always trust your dog.
Right.
Always, regardless. Always.
Do you have any situations where like something like that happened and you should have trusted the dog?
As a matter of fact, 2018, I almost shut down opening day at Rocky Stadium in Denver.
Really?
Yeah, one of my dogs alerted on a locker. So they called me. I went in. My dog hit on the same locker. The VP of K9 and the owner of the company was there. And I asked him, did you put any training aids in that locker? He said, no. I said, shut it down. He said, why? I said, both dogs is hit on this locker. I said, I'm calling it. Shut it down. Well, they was fixing to make the phone calls. Come to find out, it was one of the housekeeping. It was a can of ammonia cleaner. The dog picked up on the ammonia smell. Imagine
that. Hey, but in that situation, if it was switched and it was something, I mean, dude, that's a major difference between life and death.
Exactly. And I'd shut it down in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Right call, wrong call. Who cares?
That's right. Yeah.
I better be safe than sorry.
That's right. We would always go in 2.5, 3 hours early and do a full sweep before they even started letting people in. Then we would get out in the crowd and start working our dogs in the crowd.
Yeah, a lot of times, I've seen people, walking dogs around, smelling lockers, like in school. They bring the dogs in every once in a while, smell all the lockers. And, people all get nervous for the dog. It's like, man, that dog right there is smarter than me.
Mm-hmm.
It knows what's going on. It's got a plan.
Oh, yeah.
So I ain't never worried about it when I see it, but it's incredible how the dogs work.
I had 2 dogs that I could completely work off leash, just give them their command.
Yeah.
And they would go off leash. I had one search 30 vehicles. All I tell them, left, right, back, and he would do it.
So how long you been doing that? Like security?
Security, I was Department of Corrections for 11, almost 12 years. And since then, it's been strictly private contracting. But I started K9 back in 98.
Yeah. You've been doing it a while.
Oh, yeah.
Got some experience.
Yeah, I went to Afghanistan, worked over there back in 2012. Went to Kuwait in 2013. I had 15 dog teams I was over.
Really?
In Kuwait. Yep.
That's crazy.
You can see the tankers lined up like a boat parade. They was escorting them in.
Really?
Oh yeah, they had if they got past us, they had 2 sniper towers right there past the front gate. So if they made it past us, that's where they'd have stopped.
Yeah.
That's
insane.
Yeah. But my dog, if they called me, my dog was just for verification. Okay, this dog hit. Now the supervisor's dog hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're like the last line of verification.
Yes. If I give the okay.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I get on scene, everybody backs off. I'm over. I'm completely over everything.
I see.
Yep.
I see. You're kind of like the for sure, like yes or no.
Yep.
You draw the line.
I draw the line.
That's right. So where do you see it taking you? Like looking in the future. I know you're gonna start doing tracking dogs for game and stuff starting tomorrow. But like, what do you envision the end being for this?
I want to be able to do. I want to do law enforcement dogs also. I want Belgian Malinois, German Shepherds.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do. I want them in dual purpose: narcotics, apprehension, explosives, apprehension, and I also want cell phone, which cell phone dogs are very hard to train.
Yeah, what is that? Explain that to me. Cell phone dog.
The only thing they can hit on is the powder coating on the motherboard.
That's insane. I don't even know what that means. Like, I don't even get that.
Yep, that little thin coating on that motherboard, that's what they're trained to sniff on.
Really?
I thought it was the battery. It's the board.
And what exactly are they looking for? Like what is that?
It's right there where your cell phone's got that gap at, where your keyboard's at.
Yeah.
Sniff right there. Battery openings. Anywhere there's an opening on that phone, if they can get their nose to it, they're gonna hit it.
Really?
Yep. But my main focus is really law enforcement.
Yeah.
Special trained SWAT.
That kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, tactical, yes.
Is it like a deal where you're doing all the training and all this, or do you have employees that are helping train?
No, eventually, I'm gonna get some fellow handlers that I'm gonna reach out to.
Gotcha.
And I have some real good personal friends that do bot work, apprehension work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get with them too. We have a building set up where we can do different scenarios. Even have one do guns, search for guns.
So a well-trained dog like that, what for you to train it, what does that cost? Like, what is? You don't have to be exact, but like, what does it cost to get a well oiled up, machine like that?
About $40,000,
Really?
give or take.
Yeah. See, I've heard some numbers, right around that. And it's just, to me, it's like, that's a tool though. That's a special weapon.
I had one. I was traveling with another handler to Afghanistan. His dog was over 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
It's expensive.
Very expensive. Very. Very.
But like you said, though, it's an extension of you.
Yep.
Having a well-trained dog, it has to be well-trained.
Yep. And I tell everybody, if you've had a bad day or if you're just mad at the world, let the dog be a dog. Don't even do nothing with him, because every emotion you feel going down that leash right to his head.
So you obviously have a passion for it. I can tell.
Oh yes, yes. Everybody says that.
It's a deep connection he has here. I mean, he has a special place in his heart for working dogs.
Oh yeah, yes. I've worked labs, Malinois, shepherds, short hair pointers. That was, to me, the short hair pointers. That was the best ones.
Really?
They're funny to work with.
Why is that?
They just act up. They like a child.
Energy?
Yeah, energy. Yeah. yeah.
I imagine. What's the hardest breed to train? Like, in what scenario are you training them in it's hard?
Bloodhounds will be the worst.
Really?
Yeah, bloodhounds.
Why is that?
Stubborn, hard-headed.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got to, in order for them to get your interest, you got to have something better than what they're already sniffing. And you know that with a bloodhound,
Yeah, that's right.
That's impossible.
I know it. You can't pull them off of it hardly either.
No. No.
Like, once it's there and in their mind,
That's it. Bye.
they're going.
Tunnel vision. Tunnel vision. That's it. Yep.
Yeah. And so, have you noticed anything about like characteristics of dogs that make them easier to train or harder to train? Like the way I see, different dogs got different characters.
Exactly.
Kind of like people. Some of
Exactly.
them more wound up than others, got more drive than others. What do you look for in seeing a dog that has potential?
I look for the drive of the dog. If it's a medium, we call them soft, medium, or hard-driven dog.
Right.
I look for basically a medium. That way, he's not high-strung.
Yeah.
Easy to work with. Now, the higher drive dogs, yeah, they're awesome. They make you look good.
Yeah.
We used to call them push-button dogs.
Yeah.
If you mess up, you just let him go. He's gonna pick you back up.
He's going to do it, yeah.
He's gonna do it, make you look good. But to me, medium drive.
That makes sense.
Kind of less timid.
Yeah. I have one that's highly driven,
What you got?
a black lab.
Oh, dude.
And he could be a little bit of a pain in the ass sometimes. Because, he don't give it up. And he'll wear you out.
Yeah, sound like
And
mine.
that's all he wants to do, though. He just wants to, whatever is on his mind, don't matter if he has a ball, if he's trying to go fetch, it does not matter. We're on the boat. He's just locked in, shaking the whole time.
Oh yeah.
He just will not relax.
He knows what's up. He knows he's ready to go to work. Mm-hmm. That's like my dog. He knows. He knew when I grabbed his harness, he would actually start stepping into it, helping me putting it on him.
He's ready to go.
Oh, he's ready to go. He knows it's time to work.
And they love it, too.
Oh, yes, they love it. Yes, they do.
And that's why you see people, I don't know how you feel about like hog dogs, bay dogs.
Mm-hmm.
But them dogs love it.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't understand that till you're around it and you see
Exactly.
it. But dude, that ain't nothing that dog would want to do more than run up and bite that hog's ear.
Exactly.
Like, that's it.
Exactly. And that's like you said, passion with a dog. What got me one day, till this day, I remember I was working in Cincinnati, Paul Brown Stadium for the Bengals. I had a 13-year-old come up to me and shook my hand and said, "Thank you for your service." Till to this day, I still remember that. I mean, that's what got me, and I said, that really meant a lot. That hit home. I said,
Yeah.
That's it. I like that.
Yeah. It does. And it's just like, you know, all the experience you have going around doing security is, you know, you pick up on things.
Yep.
You know, and like you eventually get to where it's what you need to be doing because you're good at it. You know, I feel like we all need to be doing something we're good at to some extent. You know, so I definitely tell if you have the passion, the drive to do it. I mean, you keep getting better at it, keep doing it, keep pushing.
That's my main goal. Is I want to become a master trainer.
Master trainer.
Yep.
So how do you become a master trainer? Like,
you start off as a trainer, and I think you got to go through so many dogs. You got to start from a green dog, not knowing nothing,
right,
to being spot on, basically.
Right.
You got, and I think you got like a year and a half school you got to take.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Does it come with like a license, like a so that whenever you're like selling trained dogs, it brings a higher number because
Yes.
I got you.
Yep. And plus you go on a list of whatever state you're in, master dog trainers.
Ah.
Yeah.
So really, that's definitely something to push for.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in your business.
Yep. That's exactly my goal, master trainer. Yep.
How long do you think it'll take to get it?
Going on now, I would say give me about 2.5 years.
Yeah.
I should be where I'm at.
Sweet. That's good.
Yep.
I'm excited for you.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You I mean, you said you already got a place and a building. You're ready to get ripping, aren't you?
Oh yeah, we're ready. All we got to do is get the dog in there and start doing some training. I'm gonna have it quartered off, like living rooms, bedrooms.
Yeah.
To where I can barricade myself in there and get the dog to come in and actually pull me out.
Right. Yeah.
And get up under a vehicle and have the dog come up under the vehicle, and even run down a railroad track.
Right.
Get them used to that, Chris. So if they can't, start working off the edge.
Yeah. That's crazy, man.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a lot that goes into that kind of stuff.
Oh, I think we got to access. I think it's like 5 acres around the building, so we'll be doing a lot of work out there in the woods. A lot.
How many dogs do you think you're gonna run through a year?
Hopefully, on law enforcement, I'm gonna say 20, 25.
20, 25?
Yeah. The narcotics is and explosives. They're pretty much the same. So training go easy with them.
I got you. How long does it take to get a dog, like time frame, for like a police dog like that?
For a police dog, total, I'd say probably about 12 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, it's really not that bad.
No, depending on his drive. Depending on his drive. I seen one spot on, and right when they go to get rid of him, nothing. Couldn't get nothing out of him. It's funny. He's like, I don't want to go.
Really?
Yeah, I've actually had my dog. I was going to the entry control point in Afghanistan to search a dump truck. My dog literally stopped and laid down and would not get up.
I wonder why.
Tired.
Really?
Yep. Didn't want to do nothing because he searched. I think that month there was only 2 of us. We searched 800 dump trucks in 1 month. They was bringing gravel in,
Man.
and his dog alerted on the truck. So he calls me. He said, "Did you set anything out?" I'm like, "No, sir." He said, "Go get your dog." I said, "Uh-oh." So I went and got my dog, brought mine back. He said, the 5th dump truck. Well, I started on the 3rd one. When I got to the 5th one, mine hit the same time, same spot his did. He says, "Where you going?" I said, "I'm going over there. They got EOD out there." Sure enough, they had swabbed that truck, that tire with C4.
Really?
And they was seeing how our dogs would do. Next day, dude drove by our entrance and went to the next one. Car bomb.
Really?
And I was doing bot work with my dog when it went off.
No way.
Needless to say, I got bit
Oh, I bet.
a bunch.
Really?
Yeah.
Just freaked out?
Yeah, he just freaked out all of a sudden. It freaked us all out.
Yeah. So the bomb went off and he just lost it.
Yeah, he just completely lost it. Yeah.
Man,
But I got him back. I calmed him down and put him up.
that's crazy. And like you never know. Like you go in every day, you never know what you're gonna find.
No, and then I was off that day. It was a Saturday. I was off. They had a gunfight. They had a gunfight break out at the front gate. Bullet went through my kennel.
Really?
I thought it was a rock off of one of them deuce and a halves passed by and just hit the kennel. My dog just come out of his kennel into my tent because it was connected.
Yeah.
That bullet went through.
Really? So I mean, you got any stories, more stories about you finding bombs, stuff like that, C4, where it just happened to just slip through and just get in there?
As a matter of fact, the only one that I have, as far as stadiums and all that, no. But as I was in Afghanistan working a training problem, and my dog sit against the T-wall, the barricade. And I told the trainer, I said, I got an alert right here. He said, no, you don't. I said, yes, I do. Well, we argued back and forth about 5 minutes. He went over there, ran his dog.
Same spot?
Same spot. Come to find out, it was C4 planted in there from some guy outside that was going to bust that, was going to blow that T-wall.
Really?
Yep.
That's crazy, man. That's insane.
Yeah, well, it is. It is.
I mean, really, there's a high demand for dogs. How many service dogs do you think are in like the police forces and United States? I mean, I can't think of how many canine units there are.
Well, just to give you a rough idea, I worked Super Bowl 52 and 53. At Super Bowl 52, they had just alone the parking lot and the stadium over 500.
Really? Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got that many people together.
Exactly. And plus all them high-profile celebrities and singers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
A security detail like that, I wonder how much that cost.
Oh, it's a lot.
Put 500 dogs on the ground, handlers, everything.
It's a lot.
I can only imagine.
It's a lot.
I bet it's a ton of money. And I bet it's astronomical.
About 100. A little
Really?
over 100.
Man, for just, a day.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, because we was up there usually 10 days.
Really?
10 days before, yeah.
So y'all would be there before?
Yeah.
Because I imagine that would be kind of a time to get everything checked out because before everybody gets there and there's so many eyes there.
Exactly. And get your credentials and
Right.
all that. Yeah. And meet your other dog teams you're going to be working with. See, I was connected with our ATF with their dogs. So that's who I worked with. It was me and two other guys with ATF.
At like an event like that, has there ever been a case that you heard of where a dog for some reason lashed out and bit somebody?
Yes.
Or like somebody was messing with a dog and shouldn't be? Because there's always that guy.
Yes.
There's always guys like that are just, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Over there at the Pepsi Center
Yeah.
in Denver. One went up too close and got bit.
Yeah. I mean, what happens in that situation? Like, they just do a report or something? Or like,
Yeah, we do a report, and they go to the doctor, and we put the dog up, make sure everything's all right with the dog. Then go back and watch the videotape to actually see what happened.
Yeah. And a lot of times be the people.
And a lot of times the people just walking up, the dog will be looking the other direction, and they come up behind the dog and like kind of tap him or pet him. Turns around, bites him. Instant.
Yeah, because he's a weapon,
Oh, yes.
A trained weapon.
That's all, exactly.
Exactly. You ain't gonna walk up, to a gun, you don't know if it's loaded or not, and just pull the trigger.
Exactly.
I mean, it's the same thing.
Yep.
Yeah, that's wild. I imagine there's pretty crazy stuff happening with canine units. I think it's probably the coolest thing. If I was in law enforcement, I would definitely, I think, be on that end of the team for sure.
Oh, yes.
Because I like working with dogs too.
I love watching tactical training with your dog. You would give your dog the command to sit or lay, and you would run to cover, and then you would look back and you'd give your dog the command, and he would crawl instead of walk.
Stuff like that's cool.
Oh yeah, that's what I want. Yeah.
I mean, things you can train them to do is just insane.
Yeah, but that's like I got a friend of mine. He's in training with Navy SEALs.
Really? That's cool.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know he's wired up.
Oh yeah. And I actually, the Bin Laden raid,
Yeah?
I actually got to play with one of the dogs that was on it.
Really?
Yep. Little 1.5-year-old Malinois.
Man.
Yeah, he was trained in explosives.
Them dogs, aren't those them dogs that are like super, super athletic? Like the ones you see be jumping 20 foot up, you know, jumping off the walls and stuff?
That's them. Mine would hang about 7 foot up a tree on a rope. He would just sit there and hang and just swing back and forth.
Really?
6 o'clock in the morning.
Super fast.
Yeah. Oh, very fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, very fast. But some have a long-term life, but if you've got a hard-driven Malinois,
Don't live very long.
6-7
Really?
years.
I can see that. Because, I mean, they're burning.
Yep,
the whole
nonstop.
time.
Yep, all they want to do is please their handler. That's all they want to do.
Yeah.
That's all they want to do.
I mean, would you recommend that breed for somebody that wasn't going to train or just going to have just a dog?
No, that's what happened when that movie Max come out. Everybody went to buying a Belgian Malinois that didn't know what they was doing. And next thing you know, you got all these shelters and rescues with all these Belgian Malinois in there. They don't know what to do with them.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yep.
No, you're definitely right and wrong way to do it.
Oh, it's definitely, and a lot of people do it the wrong way. A lot of them. I had one, I had to go train. I knocked on the door. And as soon as I heard that dog, I'm like, this is not good. This was the first dog this couple ever owned.
Really?
And I told them, I said, do you know what you have right here? She says, no. I said, that's a Belgian Malinois. I said, did he come from a police working dog? She said, yeah. I said, y'all have no business with this dog.
Yeah.
I said, y'all need to donate it to a police department.
Yeah.
Because it was trying to come after me. And she was doing everything she could to hold it. I said, please don't drop that leash. Because it,
Eat you up.
oh yeah, he was.
They do a lot of damage fast, too.
Oh yes, they're quick and they won't release once because
Really?
it's like a game to them.
Yeah.
It's like a game, like when you're actually doing training with them. It's a big game. Their tails are wagging. You notice when they do an apprehension, you see their tail wagging and all that. It's a game. That's all it is.
Yeah.
They just want to get out there
And play.
and play, basically.
Yeah.
Play chase, basically.
Man. I get serious, too, man. I couldn't imagine get latched on by one of them.
It hurts.
I bet.
It hurts.
I can see it just snapping bones, cutting you to shreds.
I had one completely jerk my long sleeve shirt, completely jerked the sleeve off of it.
Quick.
And I was no farther from me to you, and I was just playing with the dog 5 minutes earlier.
Really? Just snap like that.
And
huh?
just snapped just like that.
Yeah. Man.
Yep.
It's crazy, too, because the dog feels... I think they read the emotion through you in a way.
They do.
You know, because you can walk up and greet a dog one way and greet it a different way, and it is completely different. You know, some dogs will be timid, or they might, be more aggressive. Right out of the gate, just by how you greet them.
I go by that when I walk into a place, and if I see that dog get in front of the owner or come run and get beside it, that's when I kind of... Okay.
Because he's checking up.
He considers you a threat. Well, let me go get in between my owner and this threat until I get to know who this is.
At that moment, okay.
Yeah, that's
I'm gonna keep my distance.
And that's when people get bit because that's when they, let me go down there.
Keep pushing it.
And he wants you to stop.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I guarantee you pick up on a lot of stuff like that over the time.
Oh yeah.
Working with dogs.
Oh yeah, I could pick up movements, like doing detections. Like I had one dog, if he alerted on narcotics, he would take 2 steps back, sit, and wag his tail twice.
Mm-hmm.
When I seen that tail wag twice, I said, there it is.
Yeah. What kind of narcotics they find a lot?
Well, as back in the prisons, it's marijuana.
Marijuana?
Strictly marijuana.
Really?
Yeah, I found a pound of it.
I bet you a dog can sniff that out so quick.
Yeah.
I bet they have no problem with that.
No, they don't. They don't, especially if it's hot.
Yeah.
And what we call it bacon. Oh yeah, they go right to it.
I bet.
Yeah. That's like if I'd work a room, whichever way he'd go, I'd go the direction, or I'd just take the leash. I'd pop the leash and I'd tell him go search, let him find it on his own.
Yeah. I mean, like say a room this big. This ain't a very big room. I mean, your dog could clear this room, I would think, super quick.
Oh, he cleared this room probably 3 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
And be real thorough at the same time.
And be real thorough. Exactly. Yes. I would, as soon as I opened that front door, I would see which direction he would want to go. And like I said, I would just pop my leash and tell him to go.
Mm-hmm. And you do the whole room.
Do the whole room. Make sure ventilation's cut off. Make sure doors are open. Let him go.
Yeah. That's crazy. So, I know that we done talked about the security and, all the, Super Bowls and stuff like that you've done. But, I mean, is there any, like, out there things that you witnessed working dogs that you just, like, got hairy and thought, man, this is bad?
Yeah, actually, you'd be surprised of the people that have service dogs. That's really not service dogs.
I'm not surprised, actually.
No, really.
I believe that.
I had one of my dogs got jumped on by so-called
Service dogs?
Service dog, yeah. And that got pretty hairy.
Yeah, can't you just, like, get that paper on the internet? Like, can't you, I mean...
Yeah.
Like, you can get service dog paperwork pretty easy.
Yeah, like $99.
Yeah, I mean, basically all you do is pay for it.
Yeah, that's all you do.
I don't think there's any training at all.
They don't ask for nothing.
Like, what is it, emotional support dogs? Is that what it is?
Yeah, ESA. Yeah, and you got to have, I think it's, you got to do like canine good citizenship training.
Yeah.
And all that. And that consists of a lot. That's, you're looking at least 9-10 months.
Really?
You're doing ESA training. Yes. Yes.
So, like in that situation, say you're there, you're doing security, or you're doing whatever it may be, right? Looking for something.
Yeah.
And there is a civilian service dog in the area. Like, do you have the ability to say, hey, can you remove your dog for a second, or like move them out, back them up, or something?
Yeah, we can do that, or we either just back off and let them go. Normally, we'd just back off and let them go. Yeah. Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. We'd back off, but other than that, there's no problems with them.
Yeah.
Because we had what they call bark at the park.
Oh.
It was like 900 dogs there, and we're trying to work through all this.
I bet that sounds like chaos.
It was utter chaos.
I can only imagine.
Yes. Yes.
A bunch of non-trained dogs with trained dogs, and the non-trained dogs are messing with the trained dogs.
Yes.
That's what I see a lot.
A lot of conflict. Yes. Our dogs wanting to play and just
yeah, snap back in.
no. Yeah.
I can only imagine. Man, they're just like kids, though.
Oh yeah, they are. Love them to death, though.
Yeah, they're great. I definitely couldn't live without dogs. I've had dogs my whole life.
Oh, have you?
Yes, I mean right now I have 3. I got a wiener dog, which is my fishing dog, and her name's Cricket. And we go fishing. Every time I go fishing, she's with me, and she loves fishing. Then I got Ben, which I can't take fishing. He's a black lab, but he's too locked in all the time.
Yeah.
That means he's watching every single cast all the way back all the way casted out, all the way back, over and over, just works itself to death. And then we got this other dog, Mystic, picked it up. It was like a stray. I don't even know what it is, some kind of mutt, but it kind of looks like it has a little bit of German Shepherd in it, but it's straight black, but it has like kind of the build of a German Shepherd.
Okay.
I'm not really sure what it is, and it's really sweet. Just laid over, no drive whatsoever.
Just laid back.
Yes. So I have like all 3 of the spectrum.
Oh yeah,
I got the driven, that middle range you're talking about, and then just the lazy.
Laid back. Yep.
And they're all different personalities. They're just like kids.
Oh yeah. Yep. And if mine, one I used to have, if he seen you in a bad mood, he would do something. He would do something stupid to make you laugh.
Yeah.
He just like he says, he's in a bad mood.
Yeah, he'll pick you up.
Let me do this. And, I would sit there and laugh and say, okay.
Yeah. And they're the same. They're the same every day.
Oh yeah.
That's what's crazy about them. You'll be up and down with your mood, whatever's going on in your life.
Exactly.
But that dog though is the same every single day, happy every day.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
I mean, we don't deserve dogs.
No.
I'm telling you, we don't.
No.
There's too many people that abuse them and
Exactly.
treat them wrong.
Exactly. That's like people with that e-collar. I've seen people just.
Zapping them.
I'm like, would you like to be zapped like that 24/7?
Yeah.
I said, let me put that on you and see how it feels. I said, the average human can only take 6.
Mm-hmm.
I said, let me turn it up to 100 and see how you like it.
Yeah. They should be wearing them out too.
Oh, yeah.
And they, a lot of time the toner, just the toner alone, like the sound, the little beep. I mean, that's enough for 99.9% of dogs. They'll hear that and they'll know what it's related to, and they're done.
I like to vibrate. The vibrate is good, but you can look on a person's remote and you can see the shock symbol is completely wore out. The other two look brand new.
Oh, yeah.
So you can tell, right? I said, you shocked this dog too much.
Yeah.
That dog's used to that collar. So now that's all that dog knows.
Yeah. That's all he thinks about, too.
Yep. I said, yep.
Like you put that on him, he knows, like, okay, everything just changed.
Everything just changed. Yep. Yep. And it's all about timing, too. If you're off on your timing, you're just hitting him for nothing.
Yeah. I imagine there's a lot to it.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot to it. Timing is everything when it comes to working a canine.
Yeah. I explain exactly like what scenario timing plays a factor.
That's like if you're searching a vehicle.
Right.
Like I said, you're always one step ahead of that dog. Say you just hit the gas tank.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking next, okay, he's going to hit these 2 passenger and driver's side door. Then I want to come back to the hood. Then I want to come back and do another search down the side, just cover myself and do it both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Always think ahead of that dog. And if that dog alerts, I would always point at something else and say, search.
Yeah.
And he'd never move. I said, hey, it's right there.
Yeah. He's locked in on it.
Oh, he's locked in. If you tell him to move, he's not going to move.
Yeah.
He's there.
And when they know it, they know it.
Oh, well, yeah, they know it.
They ain't playing around either.
No, because he knows if he does what he's supposed to, he gets his toy.
He wins.
Yeah, he wins.
The game, he wins.
Yep, and he's done. And I used to train my dogs Monday through Friday. And Saturday and Sunday, I just let them be a dog. I wouldn't do nothing.
Really?
Oh,
like
yeah, I had a pool.
Weekend?
Had a pool set up. They get in the pool, everything. Oh, yeah, they had it better than I did.
Oh, yeah. Well, they work at 9 to 5.
Exactly, yeah.
They getting their break, too.
Exactly.
That's awesome, man. Well, I'm excited for you. I hope you get to training, you start expanding, you get your master trainer license, and everything goes good from there, man. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah, man, that's what I'm shooting for. Black and gold canines. We're fixing to take off. It's
black and gold canines.
It's going to be good.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited for you, and thanks for coming today, man.
Yes.
I mean, it means a lot, and it's awesome to learn about you and the compassion you have and the drive that you have.
Thank you.
To do that, because I do think that, the canine forces, units and stuff are a mandatory, I think it's a must.
Oh, it is. It's definitely a must, especially if you got a big, like a riot situation.
Yes.
A show of force. Yes, you definitely need dogs. Yes.
I mean, dog, when the dogs show up, it's serious.
And to be honest with you, I think it should be a canine officer with a regular cop at all times.
Yeah.
Have two to a unit.
Yeah.
A specialized officer and a regular officer. I've always
said that.
And also dogs in schools.
Mm-hmm.
For active shooters or narcotics.
I can see that.
Have a dog at school trained for weapons.
Yeah, because if that was to go down in that school, that dog's on it quick.
Oh yes, yep. Go ahead and take him down and be done with it.
Yeah, probably long before it even escalate to half of what it would be.
Oh yeah, if the wind's just right and everything's in that dog's face, he'd hit that person before he walked in that door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Yep,
I'm one of those guys too that believes, that teachers should be armed.
Yes.
I think that's a big deal. I mean, if you come into a classroom and the teacher's, has arm, you're not doing much in that classroom.
That's right. And I also believe veterans, they should let our veterans be over security at some schools too.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Be safer then.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's scared of guns, but you don't realize that, only law-abiding citizens would ever turn their guns in.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The criminals that already broke the law, why would they all of a sudden start following the law then?
Exactly.
They wouldn't.
Exactly.
You just have less of a chance to defend yourself.
Yep.
It would only hurt your chances.
And it's like you see people antagonizing these canines, these police canines they see just how far that dog can come out, and they just sit there and just antagonize that dog.
Mm-hmm.
But there's always that one time they screw up.
They get bit.
And they get hurt.
Yeah, bad.
Bad, yep. Yep, I had a friend of mine, his dog bit a dude that was barricaded up in the house and broke his arm. Bit him so hard, broke his arm.
Then I believe it.
Yeah.
They're different, man. It's not like getting bit by a person. I mean, that dog's got it's designed to bite.
Yeah, it's designed to bite. Yes, it is. But the worst bite I ever had was off an English bulldog.
Really?
Yep, that was the worst one.
What did it do to you?
It bit me on the back of my leg, behind my knee.
Yeah.
Bruised up my whole back of my leg, and all I did was say bye, and I rubbed him on his head, and when I turned around and walked off, he bit me.
Golly.
And that's the first time that dog ever bit me, and I had him 7 months. I trained that dog, and he bit me at the last training.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like a farewell bite.
Yeah, basically. He's like, now, payback.
Yeah, I'll get out of here. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be bit for sure. It don't sound fun.
Well, no, they say you ain't a canine handler if you ain't got bit yet. You got to get bit.
Well, I'm not, and I ain't been bit, so I'm going to keep it that way. What'd you do all that?
That's the best way.
I'm telling you. Well, Kyle, I appreciate you coming in today.
Appreciate it.
Guys, check them out. If you need a dog trained or have questions, I'm sure you answer questions and stuff, too.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Facebook, Black and Gold Canine.
Black and Gold Canine.
Yes, sir, on Facebook. And we're building up our website here pretty soon. And we're going to make a big announcement when our website comes up.
I'm excited for you, buddy.
Appreciate it, man.
I hope it all goes good. Guys, leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and check us out. We got more videos coming out, and hey, hopefully we're going to keep track of them, okay?
Yes.
He got 2 years. He said 2 years to be a master trainer. We're going to hold him to that. So you guys take care. We'll catch you on the next one.